What's crackin' peeps? I'm Stalker, otherwise known as Give. And in this video I figured I'd talk to you all about Advanced Warfare, because I haven't done an Advanced Warfare video, like a full-on Advanced Warfare video in a while now, and I want to talk to you all about the Annihilator Ameli, because it annihilates the enemies. I'm just gonna be honest with you, it shreds them. So let's jump right into it. So the gameplay is just going to be some retreat, hardpoint, using the Ameli. I didn't actually have that many attachments on the gun. I don't usually keep that many attachments on it. I just put 2 on. Most guns, you'd be surprised, I actually put the primary gunfighter on quite often, but with this gun, I don't really feel the need to. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with just 2 attachments. It just about does the job. I haven't got all the attachments just yet, but the gameplay is just, just having the gun a couple of levels up, got a couple of attachments, so I used a few of those, and I get an insane bombing run in this game. You'll see it when I call it in, but I get about like a good 6 or 7 people. I think I get like 3 or so, and then I get them again off spawn or something like that. It's something like that, but it's just a really nice bombing run. I don't normally get that many good bombing runs because I usually call them over buildings. I don't know why, it's just a horrible habit of mine. I try and line it up too complicated and stuff like that, trying to allow for where the enemies are gonna be and where they are currently and stuff like that, and where the objective is. I just put in too many factors, and I think this one I just said, just put it in around about here, and it worked. So I think I should probably try doing that more often. So anyway, the Ameli is an absolute beast of a gun, and I think I've got 2 different professional versions. I haven't got anything elite or anything like that, but I haven't got any greens either, because I don't usually get that many weapons in supply drops. For some reason, the game has an addiction to giving me a shit ton of armor. I don't know why. I swear to God, I've gotten like 3 different kinds of the same gloves, and like the same helmets and loadouts and stuff. But less about my extremely bad luck with supply drops and more about the Ameli. It is a tank gun. It is a legit legend gun. It's the gun that all mate uses. Not really, but still. It's an insane weapon to use. It has the highest fire rate out of all the LMGs, and it has 50 rounds in a magazine, so you'd be surprised. You actually find yourself reloading more often than not, and I recommend that you don't do the fast reload thing, which is what I accidentally do sometimes, and just stick with a normal reload. It'll cost you another couple seconds, but it will save you more ammunition, which is what you're really going to want with this gun, because you chew through it really quickly. The sight, I feel as if, is really awesome. I love the normal iron sight on it. I'm not sure if I should call it iron sight, because it's like a half iron sight, half reflex sort of sight looking thing. It is amazing. I love it. 10 out of 10. I feel as if I can use it on short, medium, and long range quite easily, except my recommendation is when you get the foregrip, put it on. That way you can get some more recoil control, and just make sure that every one of your bullets that you're firing out of there is as accurate as possible, because you're going to be chewing through your ammunition really quickly. You're going to be firing lots of ammo, and so that's why you want to make them as accurate as possible. Maybe put a suppressor on there. It doesn't do too bad with it on there as well, because the range is still pretty good as well. So yeah, you're going to see a little bit more hit markers when you go long range, but I feel as if this gun just really shines in medium and short range. Actually, you'd be surprised. Short range actually does it really good, and because of the fast fire rate, you can even beat some SMGs and stuff like that if you've got some decent skill. Hip fire, it's pretty bad, to be honest, because, well, as long as you just generally aim around them, then you're going to be okay, but still, if it's any more than a couple of meters, you're pretty screwed. If it's really close as in barrel stuffing range, like that kill before was, then you should be okay. Whether you believe it or not, I found this gun decently fun to play with, and it was actually really enjoyable playing with it at a fast-paced sort of rate with Advanced Warfare and stuff, especially on hardpoint, where it's just kind of, defending a position or attacking it, where you kind of have a general idea of where the enemies are. Then I find it really shines in objective game types, because you can put a frag grenade on it, or like a Simtex, whatever really floats your boat. I just want to focus on attachments for a little bit more, because I feel as if that there's only a select few attachments that you will consider putting on your gun. I don't think that you need to put a sight on there, but if you find the sights a bit difficult to use, that's perfectly fine. If you don't feel as if it moves as quickly, or like the side bits on the right and left are a bit difficult considering your enemies might be moving very quickly, that's perfectly understandable. So if you prefer to use one of the sights, then whatever really works for you. Except for that, I do have a select few attachment that I would consider using, which would be extended mags, because you might want to, have that ability to have more firepower behind your shots, and that way you can shoot for longer and keep going on the streaks without being delayed by a slow reload and stuff like that. Being an LMG is going to be a longer reload time. You might also want to consider maybe putting on the quick draw, just to make sure that you're faster with that LMG getting up there, because it's a heavy weapon. It's not particularly going to be as quick when it comes to aiming down sight as it may be with an SMG, which you're probably going to come across a lot in Advanced Warfare these days, especially with the ASM-1, KF-5, and things like that getting a buff. So anyway, some more attachments you might want to consider are definitely the foregrip for some recoil control. Stock I don't particularly feel as if there's too much of a need, but if you prefer to just move around a bit more with the aiming down sight feature, that's okay, I'm cool with that as well. Laser sight, if you want to have a bit more of an accurate hip fire, that's perfectly understandable, because hip fire in Advanced Warfare is pretty bad. The only other attachment I can think of is suppressor, which you may consider just to make sure that because you're going to be firing off a lot of rounds really quickly, you're an LMG, so you're going to be quite easily heard, so if you want to put a suppressor on there, that's actually a pretty recommended attachment because I run it and I didn't find too much of a big difference with it, so I was fine with it. Just make sure that you guys test out these attachments in the gun range if you want to try out a sight or something like that, to make sure that you know which one works for you. So don't particularly jump straight into a game. Try and check out which ones you actually have available to use. A couple of attachments I wouldn't consider even remotely using would be rapid fire, because it already has an insane fire rate. Don't need to worry about that too much. Advanced rifling is kind of unnecessary because the range is already pretty good. Tracker I have absolutely no need for, because you don't need to see where people that you've already shot at are, because they're usually going to be dead anyway. So yeah, that just about does it for this video. I hope that you've all enjoyed it. Make sure that you leave a like, comment, favorite, and or subscription. It really helps me out and gives me that momentum to just keep going and keep making some videos. I'm going to be busting them out as soon as possible for you, and I'm just working on getting a couple of them done beforehand, so that way I can take my time and upload them on a regular basis, not really worry about uploading, maybe 2 or 3 over like one day, and then having to do like, no uploads for a couple of days after that. I want to try and get some consistency going and stuff, but I guess that's kind of a work in progress. So until then, I guess I'll catch you all on the next episode, and with the bombing run, I guess I'll kind of make that a goodbye. So I'll see you all on the next episode. I've been Ace Hawk, or otherwise known as Kiev, and I'm out.